What is going on, guys? My name is Phamily Shucks and welcome back to another episode of Clash of Clans. In today's episode I'm just going to be doing a little bit of farming. As you can see right now I am upgrading my air defense to level 7, so that's going to be the first air defense to go to level 7, and that's going to be coming in 10 days, which is a long time. And if you guys do remember, I talked about farming the gold for this air defense in that episode, so it has been 3 days since, so it only has 7 days left until it is completed. And as you guys know, Supercell released a 1 gem boost for your collectors, mines, and also your dark elixir pumps, so use those to your advantage. Right now I'm only using them on my dark elixir pumps because I want to get my heroes up and just passively collect dark elixir as much as I can throughout the day. And I've been averaging around, I'd say 3k per day without raiding that much. So that's pretty good. I really like getting a lot of Dark Elixir so that way I can get my heroes up and possibly max out my Dark Elixir troops. I already maxed out the Hogs and also the Minions for my Town Hall, so I only have the Golem, Witch, and the Valkyries left. So I might look into those later on down the road, but right now I'm just focusing on my heroes, just trying to get them up to level 20. And the reason Supercell released this 1 gem boost for your collectors, mines, and dark elixir pumps was because of the announcement of the clan wars, which is pretty exciting. It's going to be game changing, and I'm really looking forward to that and see what DTP and also for myself can do with that. So I'm really looking forward to the upcoming update, which will be probably happening around next week. I believe Godson said that it'd be around April 9th at the least or at the most. Not quite sure, but it's sometime next week later on in that time frame. So now going to the raids, I'm going to be doing an extended episode. It's about 10 minutes. I haven't really done 10-minute videos before, so I hope you guys enjoy it. And it's just going to be me farming a ton of loot, 400k in total raids, and also a 600k total raid, which is pretty epic. So yeah, the loot's amazing down here, as I said previously, and you guys should come down, or else I'm going to feast all on it for me. And I like all that gold. I like keeping it all for myself so that way I can upgrade my defenses much more quicker. And as you guys saw, I took all of this guy's gold. He only has 4k left in his mines, and this guy's name is Osama. So wow, I took all of Osama's gold, and I just love it because I can upgrade my walls much more faster and also save up quicker for my defenses. So thank you, Osama. I thank you for your gold. Does that sound right? Not really. But as of lately, I've been farming with the Barch strategy because I want to save up my Dark Elixir, so that way I can upgrade and save it up for my heroes, which I really want to upgrade sooner or later. And the boosted Dark Elixir drills have really been helping me because they've just been passively giving me a ton of loot. So now heading on to the next raid, I got a loaded Town Hall 8, 300k. I'm going to be going at this full force because I want to take as much gold as I possibly can. So I'm going to do something pretty neat in this raid. I'm going to take out the mortar and also the clan castle, only using 2 lightning spells, and I'm going to line them up pretty perfectly on this mortar on this far left side. So just watch as I try and lure these clan castle troops, trying to position them in the right area so that way they can take out all the clan castle troops and take out the mortar at the same time. So it should be right about now. Once I place down this barbarian on this left hand side, that's when I'm going to lightning strike the clan castle troops and also the mortars. So here I am zooming in, lightning strike them. They all go down in 1 and 2 hits. So there we have it, mortar down and also the clan castle down. So now I only have to worry about the hero, which was only the barbarian king, which was nice. And I also took out the wizard tower in the core, and the reason I did that aside from taking out the mortar was because a wizard tower in a more protected area is much more deadly than a mortar, because it does have a slow rate of fire, aside from the wizard tower, who has much more quicker and can take out a lot more troops faster. So I really wanted to eliminate that wizard tower as soon as possible, especially since I'm using tier 1 troops for farming. So here I am just clearing out the outside buildings before I lay down my main force. I'm going to be arcing my troops in a C motion on this top left hand corner. That way they can attack on both sides of this corner, and then once they break through the wall, they'll all concentrate down in the center. So here I am laying down my barbarians, followed up by the rest of the archers. Now I lay down my barbarian king because he's going to be the one who's going to speed up the process, breaking through this very segmented compartment right here, which will, 1, help my troops stay alive longer to avoid the mortar fire, and also that way they can stay up longer so that way they can tank for my archers which are falling behind. So I do have reserved 40 archers. I think I saved them. I didn't really use them. I used them on the outside later on to pick off the mines just to get that extra loot in the gold mines. I'm not really prioritizing the elixir because I have a ton. And yeah, that's about it. It's all done from here. I just let my heroes run around in the center. My Barbarian King is taking a ton of hits from all the cannons and point defenses surrounding, and I just ended early to conserve my Archer Queen. So we have a nice 300k gold raid and also 1k dark elixir. And now to break things up from the usual attack replays, I got a defensive replay, and I'm still using the same farming base ever since I showed that speed build. And this guy's going to be using a very strange tactic with his spells. He places down his heal spell and then his giants, which kind of made no sense, but his giants went all the way around, a good thing, and they get trapped in that little area right there on the top, and also the giants on the bottom get into that compartment, however they don't really go anywhere. But I don't know what he's doing here. He places down a ton of rage spells right where he's deploying, and then he places another one, which I probably think was a misclick, but he's just laying down a ton of archers, trying to take out that storage, which isn't going to get him anything. It only gets him 80k, and he still has a ton of troops left to go all around the base. But sadly, my wizard tower takes out all his archers in one hit, which is a nice touch. So there we have it. He feels pretty miserably after taking out my town hall, and he gets 0 resources basically. So now we head on to a 700k raid plus 2k dark elixir, which is a huge raid, and this was a raid right after I believe I got my Barbarian King back, so I wanted to use him to his fullest. So I went all out on this base using all my heroes, all my clan castle troops, and all of my troops, just trying to secure all that loot inside that core. So luckily this guy's clan castle was not centralized, and he did have a dragon in it. So if his clan castle was centralized, I would have run into a huge problem trying to deal with the dragon and also his defenses, which would have been firing on my tier 1 troops. So there we have it. I took out the dragon and also all the heroes once that Barbarian King goes down. And now I'm doing the tactic which I told you guys about the last episode, where I clear out the outside buildings but leave the center buildings, so that way after my troops destroy that building, they go straight down the middle through the walls right where I want them to, so that way they can have a more concentrated power on these defenses where I want them to go. So I'm laying down my main force. I'm going to place down my Barbarian King anytime soon, like right there, so that way he can speed up the process breaking through the walls and help my troops get into there as quick as possible. So there we have it. The Barbarian King is raged and broke through that second layer like it was nothing. But now I'm going to place down my clan castle troops, the rest of my troops, and also the Arch Queen, so that way they can clean up behind the Barbs, who are doing a great job at meat shielding. So now my Barbarian King is broken into the center, and he still has a good amount of health, half health right about now, and the Barbarian King is doing a great job at tanking inside the core while the archers follow up behind, just taking out all the defenses, all the resources, so that way I can claim all this loot for myself. So my Archer Queen is still working on that right side with that pack of archers. She still has about 3/4 health, which is great because then she can take out the rest of the defenses without having to worry about dying. And there's still a whole ton of archers on the left hand side, which will ensure that they will get the resources and clean up the rest for me. So I did have my hero ability saved, and I just activated her, and they just took out the rest of the resources inside that compartment. However, there was still some resources on the outside, which I didn't get to. So I'm going to let these guys run. They're going to get me the 2-star, I believe. There we go. The town hall goes down, and my Archer Queen's going to work on this before time runs out. And I just didn't want her to die because that cannon was firing on her. So there we have it, a nice 700k raid plus 2k dark elixir, which was amazing. And this was a raid, the final raid of the episode, and currently I am mass arching to farm aside from barching, and I do have some minions in this composition because I was donating them to my clanmates in order to get my level a little higher, and this was when I did get level 104 yesterday, which was great. So another level higher added to my list. So the reason I attacked this base was because his gold was all on one side, all on the outside layer, so that way I just thought I could overwhelm my archers on this left hand side and just take out the storages like it was easy peasy. And his placement of his wizard towers was pretty off. They were all on the right hand side. You can see there's 2 on the bottom, which makes no sense, and there's 1 on the left hand side. So all I had to do was take out the wizard tower on the left hand side just by using an overwhelming amount of archers. And I did lightning strike the mortars because they were basically the only defense left after I took out the wizard tower on that left hand side, which could have caused trouble for my mass archers. So I'm just sprinkling in some archers to finally take out that wizard tower. I'm going to place down my clan castle troops, and they're going to help clean up these storages a bit faster. But I do set off the clan castle troops, his clan castle troops, which I thought would have been a huge problem because they were pretty much centralized, and I didn't have any more spells, and my troops, they were stuck behind a wall, which was even worse because my troops had to break through that wall in order to get to these clan castle troops, and they were taking down my barbarian king pretty quickly, who was my only meat shield to protect my archers and also my arch queen from those 2 level 1 expos and that mortar. So luckily my archers take out his archers, and that basically wraps up because my arch queen's going to clean up the rest, take out that dark elixir storage. So that's going to be a nice raid, and that's basically it. So thank you guys all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace. My precious.